What did the legislature do to education spending in the new budget that was controversial to some?
Well, they focused most of their spending on K through 3, grades K through 3. And this was controversial because some people believe that they were sacrificing grades 4 through 12 for the sake of those early grades. Now, the argument was made, and I think it's a valid one, that focusing resources on those early grades will give you a greater return than focusing on some of those later grades. But some people were concerned that class sizes in the high school and middle school would explode if you were taking more money from those grades and moving it to early education.
Were there actual budget reductions for the K-12 system?
There weren't, and I think that that's the one story that is not getting out there enough, is that there were no reductions. If you look at the change from 2011 to 2012, there was actually an increase in state education spending. Now, that doesn't mean that in all school districts that there was an increase, because some local school systems could not increase funding for education, and there was a significant decrease in federal funding. So while the state added more money, the federal government eliminated some of their funding, and local school districts, some added and some took some away.
Now, all of that you just described added up to a lot of criticism, a lot of concern on the left side of the ideological spectrum, that there would be thousands and thousands of teachers laid off, that classroom size would explode. We now have new data out of the state itself, the Department of Public Instruction. What does it show actually occurred?
Well, as far as teachers go, there were a few hundred teachers that were let go. And that's about it. There were no thousands or tens of thousands, as some had claimed, teachers being laid off or fired. As far as class sizes go, there was only one grade that had an increase in class size between 2011 and 2012, and that was first grade. And they increased class sizes by one student. There were class sizes in other grades that decreased by a student or stayed the same. So we saw no huge change to class sizes between 2011 and 2012.